The bass. The bass was my first musical instrument. In the 6th grade in Newport News, Virginia, I started sawing away in the school orchestra, and you know, my mother saw my interest and immediately got me private lessons, got me a good symphony teacher, and yeah, the rest is just keep on moving. You know, I was fortunate to be able to hook up with Milt Hinton and John Clayton almost right after I started playing, and they were just so incredibly helpful, particularly John. I mean, he's my biggest influence, John Clayton. And Milt Hinton really did a lot to take me under his wing and show me a lot of stuff. So. You know, I got to spend a few summers with him. He was able to arrange for some scholarships for me to go to some jazz camps in upstate New York. And when he would come through, well, the first time I met him, he came to Richmond, Virginia, where I'm from. And I saw him playing, and I was just staring at him, and he actually came right up to me and was like, "Do you play?" And he could tell, you know, I was, you know, maybe 12 or 13 years old, and he made me play. I didn't know anything to play. I played a F major scale, and he was happy. And so then the next day he made me get up and play a blues. I didn't know how to play a blues. It was a jam session, you know, but he made me do it. He said, "Well, you know this scale," and then he said, "Just change these couple notes and just kind of play around." And I used my ear, and I got through it. It probably sounded terrible, but he gave me, it was just so nice of him to really take me under his wing, and we stayed in touch. And then he got me those scholarships, and he showed me a lot about music theory and, you know, how to walk the bass, how to pluck the bass, different things. And he was just such a nice man, and just, you know, he was ready to help every young musician that he could see, you know. Great man.
Yeah.
Probably a gig with my mother, you know. She played piano and sang, and you know, she got me a little bit of experience playing with her. We did a couple duo gigs and Christmas gigs and different things like that, you know. A little bit of money, not much. and then my first real gig, you know, was maybe when I was in, I guess the 10th grade. I joined a trio, this guy, Ron Gary, down in Norfolk, Virginia. My mother used to drive me to the gigs, and we played all the time. And he was really a fantastic musician, and he really showed me a lot. So I've been working steady since then, you know. So I guess, you know, 9th or 10th grade, you know, I've worked almost every night since then.
Wow.
You know, I actually started with Rene. I met Rene in Virginia when she was just doing little coffee shops and things like that, and she really gave me my start. You know, she, you know, insisted that I play on one of her records, and, you know, she's the reason that I met Freddy Cole. You know, is because he saw me performing with her. He heard a CD that I did with her, and when an opening came up and I was available, he called me, and then and now it's turned out that I'm able to do both of them. So they really kind of like, they kind of merged together, and they're both two of my very favorite singers, you know, and they have a lot in common, and there's a lot different too, you know. Rene is just so original, so fearless, you know, and she expects you to be fearless. She wants you to, you know, always really bring something different to the table, and she likes to perform her own music, you know, which not everyone is doing that. And she's always writing new music, and there could be a tune that you've played with her many times, and then she might want to do it a whole nother way. You know, she's just so incredibly creative. It's very inspiring to be around her, you know, and she pulls out so many emotions through her music and through the musicians. You know, I play songs with her, and I can't get through some of them without crying on the stage. You know, we all are. You know, it's pretty amazing. You know. Yeah, I mean, Freddie is really one of the most special people. You know, it's like when he's not performing anymore, there's going to be a big void. He's the last of a certain type of a singer, and he just does everything with so much class, and his presentation is amazing. You can't stump him on a song. He knows so much music, and it's just been such a learning experience to be with him. I mean, he's such a master, and he's played with everyone. You talk to him, and he's had John Coltrane on his gigs, Paul Chambers, I mean, Sam Jones. I mean, all of my heroes, he's worked with all of them. He knew them. He can tell you, like, personal stories about them. I mean, you can't spend 5 minutes with Freddy without learning something, you know. Probably 7 or 8, because I've been with Freddy for almost 9 years now. Yeah, it's amazing, and these jazz cruises are always so nerve-wracking. They're so great, but I get so intimidated. There's so many great bass players when you can go see John Clayton and Peter Washington every night. It's but it's really great, and both of them have been very helpful to me, and they take me and show me things and tell me things, and it's just the jazz cruise is really special. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that drew me into playing music was the sense of community with all the musicians, and especially, you know, starting with Milt Hinton, the way all of my heroes would just say, "Oh, you're interested? What do you want to know? What can I help you with?" I mean, I've had that happen to me so many times, and the instances of competitiveness, it's been very few. You know, you see it sometimes, but not on the highest level, because you know, John talks about how Ray Brown passed on the information to him, and then John says, "I pass it on so that you'll pass it on." And that's the greats pass on the information and try to help the younger generation, you know. Hi, I'm Elias Bailey. For more jazz videos, go to jazztimes.com.